So hello everyone, welcome to CodeVardhan. So till now we have learned about the data types and different arithmetic operations. Now today we are going to learn about conditional statements. What are conditional statements? So conditional statements are nothing but whenever we are at a point where we have to decide something. Okay, for example, we are walking on a road. Okay, and during the walking, I see there are two different way I can go. Okay, so we at this point we have to decide either I will go to the left or I go to the right. So this point is called the decision point, and my conditional statement helps me to take the decision at this particular point. Okay, so this particular thing will we are going to learn in this session. Okay, one more thing before moving towards this session, I am going to explain you that understand a thing that we called as control. Okay, I used to use this word widely in our any programming language whenever I am trying to teach you about any programming language, that I called it as control. What is that control? What I used to say, let's understand whenever a code is running like this, a code is written, consider that there is a you can say that there is a imaginary thing, imaginary pointer is there. Okay, whenever you are reading a book in a childhood, the teacher used to say that ki put your fingers on the line where you are reading it. So in the same way, I treat it as a control. When control is going true and forth in the code and it's reading the code, and according to the whatever written in the code, the control decides and give the instruction to the processor to work on it. Okay, so this control is very much important in throughout our session, so please remember that I am going to use this word control multiple times. Okay, so now let's move forward. As we see that yes, we have to take decisions, and while taking the decisions I have two way, either I will go this side or I go this side. So in computer language, as this is something called as binary only, we have only two ways, either I it can be true or it can be false. Okay, so there are only two things. How we will decide whether it is a true and whether it is a false? Yes, with the help of different statements we are going to decide it. And how I we will decide whether to go? So there is a statement called as if else. Okay, the if else statement is used to decide whether a condition is true, or a condition will the statement which is in a true condition will be invoked, or the statement which is in the false that is will be invoked. Okay, if is there, we will go for true, and if else is there, we will go for false. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's go back to our statements and see how we will do that. So this is my Jupyter notebook. Here I am going to take two variables, and for example A I am taking as 5, B I am taking as 10. It's very simple. I have taken two variables A and B. Now I have to find out which variable is greater. I can clearly see that B is bigger, but in terms of programming we have to decide, we have to check which is greater. If I switch the values, the might be answer get changed. Okay, so simply I will say if A is greater than B, I will do it like this. If A is greater than B, then I will put colon, and after that I have to make sure if we are writing something, okay, I will talk about this later. So if I'm writing A is greater than B and then colon, I will say print A is greater or A is big. Okay, and here I will say else print B is big. Okay, if I run this code, see, my statement says that B is big. But if I make A as big and if I run this code, yes, A is big. It is quite simple. I hope you can understand it how A is big and B is big working. So this is what we called as A is big and B is big, and this is what is happening in this statement. Let's again go back to the whiteboard and see how this is happening. So I have taken A is equal to 5. I have taken B is equal to 10. Okay. Now, these are the two. What is this? These are the variables. Okay. These are the values. These are the identifiers. Okay. In memory, there are two blocks are created with the name of A and B. In A, 5 is there. In B, 10 is there. Okay. Now, I say that if A is greater than B. Now I am writing colon. Colon is used to make you understand that key, or make my compiler understand that, because this is not the end of the line. We have further entire multiple things which is about to come. So for that we are going to use the intended way to do that. So we'll not start anything now from here. We will start from here. Okay. Now I'll print A is big. Why I have given this space? So this space makes the compiler understand that yes, this part is invoked when if condition is true. And if I say else, I will say print B is big. Okay, so if this condition is true, the compiler automatically understands. If this condition is true, the compiler automatically understands they have to invoke this part. Okay, and if this condition is wrong, the compiler understands and they have to invoke this part. Okay, so this is my false part and this is my true part. Okay, this is space, which the space I have taken here also, this is called as indentation. This indentation confirms that yes, there is something which have to invoke completely. Now you can write multiple lines also with this indentation. I will show you again. Coming back to my Jupyter notebook, I will copy this code and pasting it here again. And now again I'm printing here like, okay, and in this way I am printing here subscribe. Okay, now if I run this, see, this entire thing or everything which is written in the true part will be printed. So this column defines the scope, and it also decided that yes, this is not the end, we have something further. And then what is there inside this particular line, we have to take the proper indentation and then we have to work on it. Okay, so this is under this scope. The scope of these two is called as if the true scope, and this is under this. So you can say that the code segments or something like that. Okay, now if I make it again, you will see these two parts are getting printed. So this is what how if and else are working. Okay, now we can use the different codes also. The next code I can say that the first code I have largest of two numbers, lest I can write even odd. Okay, let's make it markdown so that it will looks like this. And here also I am taking this to a cell upward and making it as markdown so that it looks like this. Okay, now even odd. So I have taken a number A as 10. Now I want this to be even. When a number called as even, you understand that. So it's your job to do this and find it how a even odd can be done, how a thing will be happening. Okay, so you can do it. Pause this video right now and do it. Now, okay, so let's write the code. So I will say if my a modulus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, here I am using the different operations. A modulus 2, this is that reminder operator. The I hope you remember this reminder. You will find the reminder. If a modulus 2, if we divide a with 2 and getting reminder as 0, then what I will say, in that case I will simply print a is even, and in other case I can simply print that a is odd. Okay, so now let's run this. Yes, a is even. If I make a as 11, So A is odd. So I hope you understand that how this even odd is happening, how this largest between two number is happening. Now your work had to do that to find whether a person is eligible to vote or not. Okay, how we will find how we are eligible to vote and not. Okay, this is your task. So this is all for this video. In next video we will be going to see the advance of this conditional statement, how we can use in multiple ways. So till then, stay safe and please do like this video, share this video, comment if you have any doubts, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.